It was the autumn of 1971 when the Warrens received a call that would test the very core of their faith. Ed and Lorraine Warren, the renowned paranormal investigators, were asked to investigate a farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island. The Perron family had been terrorized by something far beyond their understanding. The farmhouse stood alone at the edge of a field, its paint peeled by time, its windows black with secrets. From the moment the Warrens approached the creaking front porch, Lorraine felt it, an oppressive, suffocating energy that clung to her chest like a weight. Inside, Carolyn Perron, the mother of 5 daughters, greeted them with eyes hollowed by sleepless nights. She spoke in whispers, as if afraid the house itself might be listening. "It doesn't want us here," she said. "It wants us gone." The Warrens began their investigation that evening. Lorraine wandered through the rooms, her clairvoyant senses heightened. Shadows stretched unnaturally against the flickering candlelight, and whispers curled through the air like smoke. In the children's bedroom, Lorraine placed her hand on the old wardrobe and felt an icy hand grip her soul. She gasped, an image seared into her mind, a woman hanging from a tree in the backyard, her face twisted in agony. Ed set up recording devices, cameras, and holy relics. He tried to reassure the family, but even he felt the darkness crawling at the edges of his mind. "This is not just a spirit," he murmured. "It's something far more sinister." That night, the farmhouse awakened. Doors slammed violently, chairs scraped across the wooden floors by unseen hands, and the children screamed as their beds shook violently. Lorraine rushed upstairs to find one of the daughters staring at the ceiling, her eyes wide, her body levitating a few inches above the mattress. Ed shouted prayers while Lorraine clutched her rosary, demanding the entity release the child. The girl fell with a thud, sobbing into her mother's arms. The Warrens researched the property's history. They discovered that the land once belonged to a woman accused of witchcraft, Bathsheba Sherman, who sacrificed her infant to Satan and cursed anyone who tried to live on the land. The farmhouse was her stage of cruelty, and her spirit lingered with unholy vengeance. Armed with this knowledge, Ed prepared for an exorcism. As the storm raged outside, the Warrens gathered the family in the living room. The air grew icy cold, every candle extinguished at once. From the shadows, a grotesque figure emerged, its face gaunt, eyes black voids, its limbs unnaturally long. The entity screamed, a bone-rattling sound that shook the walls. The furniture crashed violently as Ed recited the rite of exorcism, his voice trembling but unyielding. Lorraine stepped forward, her eyes glazed with visions of Bathsheba's torment. "She feeds on fear," she cried. "Do not give her your terror." The demon lunged at Carolyn, wrapping invisible claws around her throat, lifting her off the floor. Carolyn's body convulsed as the children wailed. Lorraine grabbed her hand, tears streaming, whispering, "Fight her, Carolyn! Fight for your family!" Ed's prayers grew louder, the crucifix glowing in his grip. The entity shrieked, releasing Carolyn, who collapsed to the floor. The farmhouse shook violently, plaster crumbling from the ceiling, as if the house itself resisted the banishment. Finally, with one last roar of defiance, the entity dissolved into the shadows, leaving behind a suffocating silence. The air grew still. The storm outside calmed. The oppressive energy lifted, like a curse broken. Carolyn, bruised but alive, embraced her daughters. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice trembling with gratitude and exhaustion. Lorraine, drained and pale, looked at Ed. "It's over for now," she said, though her heart carried the weight of knowing that evil like Bathsheba's never truly disappears. It waits, lurking in the dark corners of the world, biding its time. The Warrens left the farmhouse that night with heavy hearts, their faith intact but their souls scarred. The case of the Perron family would forever haunt their memories as one of the darkest encounters they had ever faced. But for the parents, dawn finally came without screams. The farmhouse was quiet again, though the shadows would never be forgotten.